to make some vegan short ribs today. Give me just a second. Okay. There we go. Welcome, 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 welcome. Gonna make some vegan short ribs today. I'm gonna get started right away. Whether you're in here or not, you'll have to watch the replay. You can watch the replay on YouTube if you miss it on TikTok. And of course, it's gonna stay up on YouTube. So we got some black beans here, and I'm going to make an intense bean mixture to start. Now you could use black eyed peas, you could use pinto beans, you could use any beans you want, and they don't have to be from canned. You could make them, you know, cook them from dried and then salt them yourself. You know, you don't. Good morning, SD Simmons. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Who I have? Maria. I have Doreen. I have Ree. Hello, hello. I have Claire. I have Marie. Welcome in. Roxy. Welcome in. Okay. So I have my canister here. My Blendtec canister. I'm going to start with just putting the beans inside there. Okay. And it wouldn't be the first few minutes without me forgetting to put my microphone in. So here we go. Microphone for YouTube anyway. There we go. I got 1 can of black beans, and that is 15 ounces. Okay. Now I'm going to add some peppers, white onion, red onion, and a hot pepper as well. All of that going in there. Okay. We want this to be an intense bean mixture. So we are putting some flavor in here. This is 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. One and a half teaspoons of onion powder. And because this is short ribs, I'm going to use some Lipton onion soup. So what's in this, just so you know, onions, starch, salt, sugar, soy sauce, corn syrup, yeast extract. And, you know, if you don't want to use it, don't use it. But I'm using it. And one package, full disclosure, is a lot of sodium, but I'm using this one package across 10 servings of short ribs, okay? So that cuts down, like if you just use that for soup, I guess, it would be very salty, but if you're using it across things, it's fine. Says a me, but you know, do what you want. All right, so that is, what else do I need in here? I'm just gonna put a little bit of liquid smoke. It doesn't really need it because these are short ribs. They're not necessarily known for being smoky, but we're looking for intense flavor. I have some Badia complete seasoning. Let's make sure it doesn't have salt. If it does, we're not going to use it. Yeah, this one looks, let me read it, the salt. Yeah, very low in salt. So we're going to use this Badia complete seasoning. When you're using things that are low in salt, then you can use a little bit more. About a tablespoon of that, okay? Now, that's it. We're going to take that. Gonna blend it in our blender. At some point, there we go. I'm gonna put it on the sauce setting. Come on, guy. Okay, it took a long. It took a long time, and it didn't do what it was supposed to do. So let's get you back in here. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more. It's looking good now, but one more just to be sure. Okay, so now our bean mixture is nice and seasoned, smooth, and ready to go to make our short ribs. Okay. Okay. You know what? I bought some new dishwasher liquid, and I'm not happy with it. And then I bought like 100 packs of it. I'm not gonna be able to keep it. Because every time this is like the third time I pulled something out of my dishwasher that is not clean. And then this one has a really weird something baked on there. Like I guess it didn't get clean and then it also heated up. So, this is what you get when you try to cut corners. It never works. It never works. Might have to use 2 in there so that they don't go to waste. That might be a good idea. Use 2 instead of 1. All right, so I got my little... Now we're going to get some Vital Wheat gluten. And what Vital Wheat gluten is the high protein part of flour. So flour, wheat has 3 parts: wheat germ, the starchy part, and then the protein part. And this is the protein part. Thank you so much for saying I look cute, Kaylin. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining. All right, so this is 1.5 of Vital Wheat gluten. And what I'm going to do is so I have 1.5 there, and I'm going to put that in. This is the, move this out the way so you can see. This is the bean mixture going in. Now, let's see how much more bean mixture I have, because I don't usually save it. I usually make it all What I'd rather do is take my short rib logs and save those. All right, I'm gonna put a little water. All right, so that means we have 3 cups of the beans. And that means I need some more Vita wheat gluten. I like to try to do it about equal parts. Unless it's too stiff, then you add a little bit more liquid. Add a little liquid. So I have some liquid inside of my blender right now, waiting to see if it's going to be too stiff. All right. Let me get some gloves. Got some gloves. What I have here is I already shredded up some king oyster mushroom. So that's about a cup. And we're going to mix it all together. We don't want to see any more flour. I'm making vegan short ribs today out of Vita wheat gluten, beans, king oyster mushrooms. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to need some of this liquid to loosen it up a little bit. Because I don't want to see any flour. None. There we go. All right, so pretty much okay. I missed the ingredients for the liquid. The liquid, I just added a little water to the bean mixture, so it's really literally just the same thing. I just added a little water. Okay. Now, I'm going to get some parchment paper. I thought I had some other kind of parchment paper. All right. Parchment paper. Let's see. Gotta get it in a place where you guys can see it. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way, because when I don't clean up the little things, then things fall and then I'm unhappy. So you gotta kind of make your space decent along the way. Okay. Got flour here. All right. All right. Now, let me get some more gloves. Hold up. I'm going to take my mixture that I just I have to go to bed, but this will be posted. All my live streams, if you just go under live streams, you'll see all the live streams that I do, okay? So, sweet dreams. You can watch it when you wake up. Here is my big thing of short ribs. I'm making it into a log. I'm just gonna forming it into a log. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this log and wrap it up with my parchment paper. And then you normally would take this log and put it in the refrigerator and wait 2 or 3 hours, but I'm going to put it in the freezer. I just want it to firm up. I'm going to put it in the freezer, and that's for your sake, so that we can come back to it in a few minutes, and I can show you the rest, how to do the whole thing. But basically, if you were just making this at home, you could put that log in your refrigerator overnight, or you could put that log in for 2 to 3 hours. You're just making it firm enough so that you can work with it. Okay? Or you can use it. You could do it the way it is. It's firm enough, but it just makes it easier when it's a little bit firmer. So the next thing that I need to do is start thinking about the rest of what I'm doing for this meal. And I'm doing some cabbage. I'm gonna take this out so I can clean my cabbage. See? I didn't throw this in the trash and then it fell on the ground. It always happens. I'm going to clean off my sink, and then I'll move you guys over here so you can see. I'm just cleaning my cabbage. That's it. Nothing special. I probably need to clean my potatoes too. So, I'm making for family and friends today. Short ribs, coconut corn, cabbage, and mashed potatoes. I make food for family and friends on Friday. That's why I wear the hat. in the gloves more than usual. Okay. Got our thing over here. Cool thing about your town. Okay. Thank you. Have a great night. You do the same. Okay, good. Awesome. Where's my, here we go. All right. So you guys are going to get switched like that. There, you can see. See, I got some pomegranate stain on my board from the other day. I'm going to have to work on that. You guys are going to get flipped here. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to work on the cabbage. I have 2 heads of cabbage because I have to do 7 plates. So that is a beautiful, look at that. Look how big that head of cabbage is. That is a beautiful head of cabbage, so big. And then a little one, okay. And let's, normally when I make cabbage, I have been making it fried with potatoes inside of it. I've been making like that for years. My dad gave me that recipe. And that's how I've been making it. Well, today this dish asks for mashed potatoes, so we don't need the redundancy of potato, fried potatoes inside this cabbage. So I'm going to make it different. Cabbage is a very flavorful vegetable, also great with antioxidants, very nutritious. Vegetable. I'm just going to start cutting it up. Luckily, it doesn't have sand all in it like some of the other ones. So it's just like when you get greens and stuff, spinach, leeks, they have lots of sand. But cabbage doesn't have much sand or anything. It just needs a basic wash. A good, doesn't have to be like washed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times like you do greens. Today I am making vegan short ribs, cabbage, corn, mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes you won't see. The corn you may not see. I'm trying to mostly focus on the short ribs, but since I'm giving them a minute to firm up, I just decided to go and start on the cabbage. All right. I'm going to use some of this veggie wash, which I use on most all my fruits and veggies. Got it from the Dollar Tree. It's a gel base, but you can get them in any produce section, ones that aren't gel based. It's the first one I've seen that's gel based. All right. I'm just going to let that sit. But inside of my cabbage, I am going to have some peppers and some onions. So this is going to go inside my peppers. Just going to chop that up. Some peppers. Okay. This will go inside my cabbage. And we'll put some red onions in there. be spilling, dropping something. I want it kind of chunky, but okay. I'm also going to have to do some garlic. And I just remembered that I forgot to put garlic inside of my ribs, but I put garlic powder, so I think we should be all right. Let's see how long we've been on. 35 minutes. Okay. Y'all know I don't like to be on longer than an hour. So we're going to check on the firmness of our short ribs. Okay. Let's get another board. So that we can get to the short ribs. Okay. So they haven't been in very long, but they're firm. They're firmer than when they went in. So we're going to just go with it. So this is the logs of what is going to be my short ribs, right? And what we have to do is cut the log down the middle. Then we're going to take little pieces and form them into short ribs. Okay. The wider part of the log, we might make those a little smaller because these pieces swell. Okay, so this is not even going to be the size of the short rib. I'm going to cut this one. They swell. So we are forming the short ribs. The wider part of the log, we're cutting it into more than one piece. Vital wheat gluten, when you cook it, it swells. All of these little pieces are going to be bigger pieces. This has mushrooms in it, vital wheat gluten, and an intense bean mixture, intensely seasoned bean mixture. And that does not mean a bunch of salt. That means a bunch of aromatics and flavor and seasonings, but not a bunch of salt. I'll see that. These are going to be my vegan short ribs. Last night, I made a new vegan turkey substitute. I'm going to put the video out for it. Probably on YouTube because it's a long one. But it is going up very soon. I know y'all need time to practice. Just like me, it's a new recipe. So I saw some things I might have did different, but I'll just explain it in a video. I was debating on whether to make a new video with the changes, but I'm like, nah. Just got to talk about it. These might look like little pieces to you, but they swell. So they are not as little as they seem. All right. So these are all like formed into, now we're getting ready to fry them up because we want them to have, not really fry them, but just like sear. We want them to have a little caramelization on them. So I'm going to put you back over here so that you can see the stove again. Flip. There we go. All right, I could tell. Okay. Sorry, I gotta work with you. There we go. It's still like kind of half. Okay, that's a little better. Let's see if there's anything I can do to keep you there. Still not good with this one right here. I'm working on a stand that works for you guys. If that could just hold up like that, we'd be good. But it don't hold up like that. Let's see if I can put this here. I really be trying to rig this. I gotta find a better stand for this. Hold on. That's gonna be good enough. All right. Let me take some of this out. I'm heating up our griddle. We want to get some caramelization on our guys. Use some grapeseed oil. About a tablespoon. Get this hot. All right. I think our pan is hot enough. Yeah. Hear that sizzle? Hey sis, what are the ribs made from? They're made from king oyster mushrooms, beans, and vital wheat gluten. If you missed the replay and you're on TikTok, you can always catch this full thing on YouTube. And sometimes I make a smaller edit. A lot of times I make a short edit that's like 5 minutes so you guys can see how to do the thing. And of course, I'll give you a top view in just a bit. What we're doing right now is not to cook them, but to color them. They're going to cook on the stove on 300 for a couple hours. This is just to give them color. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Caramelized vegan short ribs. There you go. Caramelized vegan short ribs. Isn't that pretty? Are there any preservatives? Preservatives in what, love? In what? Mushrooms? Beans? What are you asking? Which one? There we go. Now, I'm going to just start piling them up. Did she answer the question, what she was talking about? Nope. Because I have several that I need to do. So I'm just going to start piling these up. Yeah, the other side is caramelized. I am curious. You have a recipe book, I'm assuming. Yes, I have 4 recipe books. I do. I'm going to show them to you in just a second. I don't think I have this short rib, though. I do have seitan ribs in there. But this one, of course, is going to be made with brown gravy. So I don't... 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. These you can find on Amazon, or you can get the digital copy right off of my website. There you go. This one is meat lovers, snacks, and yummy things. Oxtails in there. This one is mostly sauces, dips, gravy. This is all like the traditional things that you would get for soul food right in there. And then this one is a fasting guide with some fasting recipes as well for juice and smoothies and raw food. Okay. All on Amazon in the hard copy. If you want the digital, go to my website, look for Heal Yourself Bundle. You'll get that bundle plus all kinds of other videos and all kinds of things, not just that, okay? Thank you for the follow, BG Magic Tubman. I appreciate you. What I'm making right now is vegan short ribs. They're made out of vital wheat gluten, king oyster mushrooms, beans, onions, peppers, you know, yummy things, yummy vegetables. I'm searing these right now so that they have, let me open my window, so that they have a good color on them before I put them in the oven to braise. They're going to braise in the oven for 2 hours on 300. They get big, they swell up. So these will be very big pieces. I'm going to give it my flipping these. Some of them got a little more color than I wanted them to get. And I have to turn this thing down. They got a little brown. There we go. Let that side. See that? There we go. These are going to be vegan short ribs. We're going to have them with mashed potatoes, cabbage, corn. Yup. Now, just as long as they have a little bit of color on them on both sides, then I can go ahead and take them out. This is not for cooking. This is for caramelization. This is vital wheat gluten, so you have to cook it at least an hour. Last bit. Not too many. Hello, Carol Wilson. How are you? All right. Once those caramelize, then we're going to start the braising sauce. This is I already had some started. It's soy sauce, water, onion powder, garlic powder. I'm going to use some mushroom seasoning. a little color. We also got to put some veggies inside of what we're going to be braising. So let's just get that going. Celery, thank you for the follow. Knitting, am I saying that right? Knitting lady, thank you. All right, we got some celery. I'm gonna braise. Got some celery. Gonna do some rutabaga and some carrots as vegetable to go in my. We're also gonna put some garlic and some onion in there. I'm gonna close this window. Got cold. Rutabaga is the yellow turnip, just in case you didn't know. Soy sauce, water, onion powder, garlic powder, mushrooms. It's from last night. My turkey. My turkey dish that I did last night.
sorry you guys won't get to see all of it. But I will make a little video so you can see the end product. But you're seeing most of it. The only part you're not going to see is the braising on 300 for 2 hours. Then I take out the short ribs and I blend up the drippings in underneath that's inside, and then I put the short ribs back inside with a couple little vegetables. That's the part you're not going to see. But I think I have a video already out of short ribs, and I will put a video of this one out, the finished product, okay? So if you don't see the finished product, don't be like, she don't love us. I do. I just can't be on live stream for, 15, for what, hours. And some meals just are not short. Sometimes some meals take a while, right? They do. Don't forget to follow me if you haven't. Tap the screen so that more people can watch. All those things, all those housekeeping things I forgot today. Because this is an intense meal. Thank you so much for following me, Danita. I appreciate you. And who else? Thank you, John Howard, for following me. I appreciate you. What are you making? I'm making vegan short ribs. We're just at the end. If you missed this, you can go over to YouTube and catch the replay. About to put the short ribs in the braising sauce. Oh, over an hour. I like to be on for just an hour, but right now, I'm at 66 minutes, which is longer than I like, but it's kind of an intense dish. All right. Now, let's put some mushroom seasoning inside of here. If I can find it. There it is. I'm making vegan short ribs. All right, so we got our braising sauce. And let's see how it's doing. Oh, I didn't put onions or garlic. Give me one sec. garlic. All right, I'm going to use these onions I already chopped up. For the cabbage, I have to do new ones. Okay, onions, garlic. Now, I'm just going to let that kind of do its thing, but I'm going to, I have 3 pans that I need to put things in. I'm going to ladle some of this liquid out, put it across 3 different pans. Let me go ahead and take out my cast irons. Turn on my oven. Bake 300 start. It's going to bake for 300 for some hours. 2 hours. Okay. All right. Now, first, before I do anything, let me make sure that my braising liquid is good, or does it need to be seasoned? Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now I got that established. I'm going to take some of it out and move it between dishes. Because these things swell and I want to give them enough time. Enough space to do their thing. All right. I think we're good on the braising liquid. Now we start putting in our short ribs right up on the top. And I'll give you guys an overhead view in a little bit, in just a minute, as soon as I get this one in, all the way in. You want them to be close, but they don't need to be that close because they got to have space to expand. Okay, man, let me show you what we got. So this is just going to go inside of the oven and bake for 300 for 2 hours. There we go. Short ribs going to bake for 300 for 2 hours. Bake on 300 for 2 hours until they're ready. They're going to expand, but that's them. Okay, so let me take and put these in. In they go. Put the next one on. Okay, let that get a boil going and we'll start putting these in. Again, these expand. They're going to get big. They need space to get big. So you don't want to overcrowd them. But you do want them to be a little close. Okay, so that one's done. How did you... Hi, did you say short ribs? Yeah, these are vegan short ribs we're doing. If you just came in and you are interested, you can go over to YouTube, watch the replay of this. I think I also have a little short rib video over there as well in my video section. This replay is going to be in the live stream section. Okay, next one. We're doing 3 pans. King oyster mushroom, vital wheat, gluten, and beans. That's how I made it. Inside, I have a vegetable broth. And this is going to cook on 300 for 2 hours. And this is done, okay? So I'm going to end the live stream here. I will do a short video letting you know what it looked like, what the end result was. So you'll see it. But this is the whole process on how to make short ribs. From this point on, you cook this for 300 in the oven for 2 hours. On 300 in the oven for 2 hours. Then you come and you remove all the short ribs and blend down the vegetables to make yourself a sauce. You can save a little vegetables, but make yourself a nice gravy, put some thickening in it, and that's what you do. But I'll show you the rest of this later. For right now, have a good day.